Hi everybody, it's Laura Susan Johnson, and I have to do this quickly, within at least 15 minutes. I hope I can get it done quicker. I'm so sorry, I'm all red. I sat out in the sun for about 5 minutes, and my medication is just really makes my face turn red. I am doing this for my Asexual channel and Ace in Spades, and this is kind of a double project. One of my friends from Paris, you might know her. She's has a very popular asexual channel. Her name's Emmy. I think she goes, her channel is like Anesthesia or something like that. And she's from Paris. She does stuff in French and English. And she's vegan, so she does stuff for veganism too, but, you know, she's asexual. So me and her, she's not a close friend, but we have a lot in common. And she colors her hair crazy colors too. Forgive me for not looking directly in the camera. I'm not really good at that. I'm just looking around at the outside of my yard. Anyway, her thing was she proposed a project, and I told her I'd do it, and that was probably nearly a year ago. As an asexual female, do you face certain prejudices, like racial prejudices or disability prejudices, any kind of special prejudices? Well, I am disabled, I have heart failure, and I have autoimmune disease, hence all the medicines I'm on. And I don't face any racial things because although I'm multi-ethnic, I'm obviously a white woman, so I don't have any problems in that arena. But as far as my disability, I've been told I'm too young to have heart failure, and my first heart attack was back in 2003, and I was only 33 years old. And I am under the strong opinion, which has been, you know, debated and denied, that a antidepressant I was on caused it. And it also caused me to have a permanent seizure disorder. So, and yet I don't wear oxygen. I eat as healthy as I can. I try to walk around our property very gently. I do gentle yoga. I do a kind of dancing exercise with my favorite music and stuff like that. And it usually makes my mood a lot more buoyant than it would be otherwise. It's like a really good natural antidepressant. If I put on really good music and I dance very quietly in my house without waking anybody up, it helps. It helps a lot. So I think that it helps me to seem healthier to the public, and that's why I get the prejudice. You don't look sick, you're too young, and I'm 47 now. I don't understand why I'm still too young to be sick. But I remember a breast cancer scare I had at age 25, and doctors were telling me left and right, you're too young for breast cancer too. Another prejudice I have to mention is big breasts. I hate my breasts. It's part of a body dysmorphia. I call it body hatred. I would like to forgive my body for all that it's done to me. The autoimmune, the heart, and I'd like to forgive genetics for giving me big breasts. I'd like to accept my body for what it looks like. It's just very hard to, because I have no use for them. I wanted to be tall, you know, maybe tall, 6'1" with size A breasts, you know, and be able to wear high heels so I could be even taller than that. And instead I'm 5'3" and I have these gigantic, I think they're F. I hope that that's as big as they are. I hope they're not even bigger than that. I've bought binders. Nothing works. Either the binder is too damn small, or I lost weight and it got so big it's just of no use to me. And I am agender. I do not identify as female, so when I have cleavage hanging out, I get very upset. I don't like cleavage, you know. I always pull my, you know, you don't see anything even in this, but it's because of the way I'm holding the camera. I just don't like my breasts. Other women are very happy with theirs. They feel comfortable, they feel sexy, they feel beautiful, whatever. But to me, they're of no use, no earthly use of any kind. So I don't like them. I would go under the knife and have them cut off, but I don't know if my heart can take it at this point. I really should have done it earlier in life when I had a job, health insurance. Now I'm so sick, I don't know if I could take it. So I'm trying to, I wear bras that push them up and flatten them as much as I can so I look decent. I wear bras to sleep. I just do everything I can to keep them presentable. And that's all I can do. Another video that I saw very recently, within the last couple of days, was from a very famous asexual named Swank Ivy. And she's been in at least one motion picture about asexuality. She was reading one of her series, Letters to an Asexual, and her subject that day was, "You're too pretty to be an asexual." What the fuck does that mean, people? What does that mean? You're too pretty? People, there are ugly people that fuck like bunnies. Their partners are attracted to each other. And they love each other. They love each other, you know, sexually, aesthetically. They can't get enough of each other. There are men, they call them chubby chasers. They love full-figured women. They're skinnier than, there's these men that are like twigs, and they go after these gigantic 400-pound women. And I'm not fat shaming, okay? Let's not go there. What I'm saying is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, who's to say who's ugly and who's beautiful? When I was a younger woman, I think I was relatively, attractive. I was average. I'm getting older now. I lost 70 pounds when I moved out here. And now, that's the only hard part about losing weight, especially when you're getting older. You get the wrinkles here, you get the wrinkles here, you get the worry lines up here, baggy eyes, crow's feet. It's just a fact of life. And I didn't put on any concealer. I've got a sunburn now because I sat out in the sun for a measly 15 minutes, and I have medication that I can't do that. So it has nothing to do with anything. Your sexuality has nothing to do with how you look. There's this weird type that every asexual is some nerd who doesn't wear jewelry or makeup or any kind of clothing that's like the traditional binary, that we all dress neutral. And that's fine. I don't mind those who dress neutral. I don't care if you don't wear makeup. I don't care if you wear glasses or, like it's pat neutral, excuse me. Everybody has their own style. Do what makes you feel comfortable. But it's ridiculous for people to lump all asexuals in as these, I want to call them geeks. And your librarian at school who wears glasses and her hair up in a bun and frumpy-ass clothes, who's been married for 40 years, she's banging her husband every night. You can't picture it, but that's what she's doing. You can't even fathom that your librarian at your high school is sucking her husband's dick. But she's doing it because she's sexual. She's a frumpy old lady who you think ought to be in a convent, right? Because she looks a certain way. How about those Victoria's Secret models? You think they're all fucking somebody, don't you? I'll bet you at least one or two of those Victoria's Secret models you see in those ads are asexual and don't do anything. They just dress sexy and they have their makeup all pretty and their hair just blowing in the wind, real sexy like. Some of them aren't fucking. Your looks have nothing to do with your sexual orientation. Don't judge people by their dress habits, the way they wear their hair, whether or not they wear jewelry or makeup, whether or not they dress in glitter, whether or not they paint their nails. I paint my nails sometimes. Today I just didn't want to do nothing. I don't feel good. Has nothing to do with anything. Straight men do drag queen contests sometimes. Does that make them gay? No. God, come on people, we're smarter than that. You're too pretty to be an asexual. That is hilarious. We'll see you next time. Bye.